You know, if you count the number of things you have to worry about, silos, mobile systems, warheads, and you look at China and Russia, you've got to hold your head and go, oh my God, what are we going to do? I mean, if you really want to knock all that out in the, you know, early in a war, you might have your hands full. It seems to me that if you're in an arena with two fighters that have more fists than you do and are maybe bigger than you, and you have a hard time seeing all of their body, but you have a pretty clear vision of where their head is, you're dealing with a Goliath, and you better behave like a David. And that means you have to be able to get that rock between the eyes to stun him before you either choose to cut off his head or not. That means you need to have really sound command of underwater systems. Why? 90 some odd +% of communications go through cables under the water. So, it's the nervous system of the world. And if you're not protecting that, boy, are you in trouble. The other thing is space. I think the front line of strategic deterrence is going underwater, and it's gravitating away from the surface of the earth into space. Why? That's where David lives. And David is looking forward to a space not occupied by things on an orbital track like a tethered observation balloon, but more like Star Wars or the Second World War, where you had cruisers and escorts, P-51s, flying anywhere they wanted to, untethered, and dropping what they needed to, taking offensive and reconnaissance missions, being able to change orbits with lots of energy and the like. We're moving towards that slowly. That, I think, is probably as important and maybe more important than just keeping up with the Joneses on the nuclear front. And it could be that maybe what we need to do, which is given passing reference in the report with regard to our nuclear weapons, is to focus less on how to do an effective job at damage limitation, which may be too hard now because there's just too many things to shoot at. Not that you would give up on that, but you would maybe not put the emphasis so much on that syllable, but rather you might want to do something that only one sentence was given any credence to, and that is pursuing the feasibility of fielding some portion of the future ICBM force in a road mobile configuration. I would go much further, perhaps, if I understood this movement towards new generation warfare. Maybe you want to make the whole damn thing mobile, camouflaged, decoyed, and maybe even the sea and air-based thing should, be based on lots of things that don't look like bombers or don't look like Navy ships or submarines. Well, that debate is almost certain to get joined a heck of a lot more and a lot sooner if we think about organizing principles themselves, which again, the commission was not tasked to do, and therefore I would not criticize them on this. But it is missing. You might want to focus on cyber and the rest.